Why did a Christmas meant for love spiral into terror? Snowflakes shimmered in the soft daylight outside the secluded mountain lodge, sparkling over a holiday scene that should have been warm and joyful, but already felt unsettling. Loveth Thompson stepped cautiously onto the snowy path leading to the lodge, coat wrapped tightly around her. Ken Ridley followed, his charming smile failing to mask a flicker of impatience. Brooke Sanborn carried a cheerful bag of gifts, laughing as the crisp air bit her cheeks, unaware that something dark was waiting inside. Everything seemed perfect for a romantic holiday escape, but beneath the festive veneer, a tension lingered like icy fog, a warning no one could yet name. Main suspect, Ken Ridley 3 hours later, but one holiday detail didn't add up. Loveth pushed the lodge door open, expecting warmth and laughter. But why did the door click shut behind her with a weight that felt final? Why did the Christmas cheer suddenly feel like a trap? The fireplace crackled warmly, yet its light cast uneasy shadows across the lodge. Outside, snow swirled fiercely, blanketing the world in white, making the secluded lodge feel both festive and isolated. An uneasy cocoon. Loveth carefully unpacked her suitcase, her eyes flicking toward Ken as he traced a finger along the frosted window, a shadow of unease in his posture. Brooke hummed a cheerful tune in the kitchen, but the laughter sounded fragile, forced, almost masking something she didn't notice. Harper Klein appeared quietly in the doorway, her polite smile belying a weighty gaze, as if she already sensed that this holiday would not stay safe. A glass suddenly shattered in the dining room, sharp, piercing, reverberating through the cozy lodge, and the three froze, hearts pounding. For the first time, Loveth's festive excitement curdled into fear. This Christmas was starting to feel dangerously wrong. Key clue. Broken glass 1 hour later. Ken Ridley. Brooke bent to pick up the shards, but one fragment reflected something Loveth wasn't ready to confront. Who was lurking in the lodge while snow swallowed the world outside? The storm battered the windows, swirling snow like icy fingers against the timber walls. Shadows stretched across the lodge, twisting familiar corners into places that felt dangerously unfamiliar. Loveth's hands shook as she carefully tucked the glass shard into her coat pocket, a cold chill running down her spine. Ken lingered near the hallway, his smile faint but calculating, eyes flicking toward every movement. Brooke paused mid-step, sensing unease she couldn't yet name, her gaze lingering on the locked guest room. Jonah Pierce, the local guide, appeared unexpectedly at the doorway, his calm stare sweeping the lodge, making Loveth's instincts scream that something was wrong. A sudden, deliberate knock echoed through the lodge, sharp, precise, and isolating. Hearts raced, breaths quickened, and the once cozy Christmas atmosphere curdled into palpable danger. Main suspect, Ken Ridley 3 hours later, mysterious visitor. Jonah Pierce, but something didn't add up. Loveth froze at the door. Who would venture to a remote lodge in the middle of a blizzard? And why did every instinct scream to retreat? Why did the Christmas warmth suddenly feel like a trap? Snow pounded the windows with relentless force, and the wind screamed around the lodge like a warning. Shadows flickered across the walls, twisting familiar corners into something sinister. Loveth slowly opened the door, revealing Jonah Pierce standing in the snow, hood drawn low, his gaze sweeping the lodge with unnerving precision. Ken followed closely, casual but every movement laced with subtle menace. Brooke clutched her scarf, eyes darting between them, sensing a tension thick enough to choke. Harper Klein stayed near the hearth, polite yet guarded, each gesture measured. As Jonah stepped inside, the door slammed shut behind him with a resonant thud. Loveth felt an icy dread settle in her chest. The lodge was no longer just a holiday escape. Something inside had changed, and the danger felt immediate. Ken Ridley 3 hours later. Unexpected arrival. Jonah Pierce, but one Christmas secret remained hidden. Why did Jonah's gaze linger on the fireplace, as if he already knew what secrets had been left behind? Why did a Christmas night of laughter turn into terror? The lodge, once a cozy escape, now felt suffocating. Candlelight flickered across the walls, stretching shadows that painted every face with unease and suspicion. Loveth's heart pounded as she stepped toward the dining table, only to see Brooke frozen in shock, staring at a dark stain spreading across the snow-dusted carpet, deep crimson against the holiday decor. Ken's hand hovered unnervingly close to her shoulder, a casual menace hidden beneath charm, while Jonah's eyes followed every movement with calculated precision. Harper Klein's polite facade slipped for a heartbeat, revealing a tension she couldn't hide. The lodge no longer felt like a holiday escape. Someone had been hurt, and the perfect Christmas had turned deadly. Panic clawed at Loveth's chest as every instinct screamed. Danger was inside, and possibly outside too. First incident. Blood on the carpet 30 minutes later. Main suspect. Ken Ridley. Hidden clue. Footprints in snow. Who could have done this? And why did the footprints in the snow suggest a shadow had been watching them all along? Who among them was hiding a secret that could turn this Christmas into a nightmare? Outside, the blizzard raged relentlessly, muffling the world beyond the lodge. Inside, candlelight flickered across tense faces, each shadow magnifying fear and suspicion. Loveth's hands trembled as she studied the footprints in the snow just outside the frosted windows. Ken lingered nearby, his smile forced, concealing something far more sinister. Brooke whispered, voice quivering, "It's like someone's been watching us the whole time." Harper Klein moved cautiously down the hallway, every step tight with tension. Jonah Pierce stood silent in the corner, shadowed yet observant, his eyes revealing knowledge that no one was ready to confront. A sudden crash from the attic made everyone jump. The storm outside was no longer their only threat. Loveth's chest tightened with icy dread. Someone had slipped inside the lodge, moving in the dark, and the perfect Christmas was teetering on the edge of disaster. Hidden threat. Unknown presence. Main suspect. Ken Ridley. 3 hours later. Key question. Who is upstairs? Was Jonah trying to protect them, or had another presence infiltrated the lodge, waiting for the perfect moment to strike? Who would pay the price for a Christmas getaway that turned deadly? Snow lashed the windows like a relentless drum, and the lodge's timber shadows stretched jagged across the floor, slicing the tension in two. Loveth crept up the attic stairs, each step echoing through the silent, snowbound lodge. Ken followed, his charm now cracking under panic. Brooke clutched Loveth's arm, whispering, "Something's wrong. I can feel it." Jonah Pierce appeared at the base of the stairs, calm but commanding, "Stay together. Don't make a sound." Harper Klein, usually poised, froze, sensing the storm of truth about to break. The attic door burst open, a figure hunched over, hiding evidence of the terror inside. Ken's mask shattered, revealing fury and fear. Brooke gasped as the realization hit. The deadly chaos of their Christmas getaway had been orchestrated by him, a twisted obsession hidden behind his charming facade. Culprit revealed. Ken Ridley. 3 hours later. Justice served. Who could have predicted that a Christmas meant for love would spiral into fear, betrayal, and near tragedy? Sheriff Nolan Briggs arrived just as Ken tried to flee, restraining him with calm authority. The storm outside mirrored the chaos inside, but justice was finally served. Loveth, Brooke, Harper, and Jonah exhaled relief as Ken was led away, powerless. For more chilling, emotionally gripping stories like this, subscribe to the Veil of Secret and uncover the hidden truths others won't dare tell.